What is up? We are back, and we are back now with yet another speedrun. We are going to be going through Super Mario World 3D. Well, Super Mario 3D World plus the Bowser extension thingy. I'm good with words, as you can tell. But we are joined today by GlennJaamin. I do have to do a quick shout out for a donor we received during the last run. It was from Stingbird 1663, donated £20. And they said, "Brilliant cause, well done, and good luck in your goal." And thank you very much for the good luck, GlennJaamin. I will pass it over to you, and when you're ready, just tell me to give you a countdown.
Alright. Hello everybody, I'm GlennJaamin. I am a variety Mario runner, predominantly in this game, Super Mario 3D World. We'll be doing just 3D World, not Bowser's Fury, and we'll be doing the any percent portion that you would particularly see in this and the Wii U version. Because we are behind schedule, I should get started quite quickly, and if Cthulhu wants to count me down, I'm ready.
Okay, so in a good 3, 2, 1, we are go.
Alright, so my main character for this run, as you can tell, will be Toad. You have a choice between 4 characters throughout the entire run: Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. In endgame you actually get Rosalina, which won't be unlocked until post-game. It's really fine, but each of them have their own movement speed and their own tech that happens. I use Toad mainly for its increased running speed from the 3D World variant, or on the Wii U. But the main goal for this plot of 3D World is that the Spritzies, which are the basically Peach Kidnap of this game, are kidnapped by Bowser. The Spritzies have increased wish, or a wish property that Bowser wants to have, and it's our goal to go and save them. And that is done with 1-1. Throughout the game, we have to collect green stars to unlock certain levels, including the final world, which needs 170. So throughout the run, you will see me try and grab them in various locations throughout all the levels. But yeah, now we're entering 1-2, and as usual with any Mario game in 1-2, there's a skip, and this will be where we head over to World 2, so... One of the things I will always recommend when it comes to running this game will be, keeping catsuits. Catsuits will be the predominant method of running throughout this game, and they increase your vertical and aerial movement throughout. Not to mention you have a sweet dive. But right up here, ooh, there we go. I was very worried I missed the 3rd star. So let's climb up here. And here's the warp to World 2. But yeah, this game, opposed to the other 3D games, is very linear. Deciding to have various levels, it is more akin to Galaxy and Galaxy 2 than the open sandbox games of Odyssey, 64, and Sunshine. So our goal is just basically minimize as much time in between levels, and try, it's just get to the goal line roughly around 90 or so times. Here we're in 2-1, and you'll see me try and bait a condor, which is what these enemies are called, to breaking this little metal crate here, or concrete plate, to produce a green star, and we will quickly go and save our buddy, Captain Toad, who made his first appearance in Galaxy, I believe, back when he was part of the Starship Brigade. As you were seeing with me finishing levels, I will not be moving up the flagpole, which is a property that only the cat suit can give you. It is faster to just kind of cling and wait for him to grab the flagpole than then climbing up and trying to get the top. The top will produce a golden flagpole in the world map, and it does lose time. There's another property with the flagpoles that we call fireworks, in which if you end a level on the final digit being 1, 3, or 6, you will have fireworks, which basically stop the game to celebrate that you finished slow, and by proxy, you will be losing probably around 1.5 seconds. So it is best to avoid them. Here we're just gonna finish it up. Yet again, Captain Toad is being scared by good old Wooden Bowser, so we must save him yet again. And we're done with 2-3. One of the things I'm struggling to keep up with this. Yeah, we go very fast throughout this, and we do have to try and clear 8 worlds. We do 2 warp skips, which help us avoid 2 of the Spritzies and their castles, respectively. It's why 3D World is kinda viewed as the black sheep of the 3D World, or of the Mario games. It's very difficult to try and process. There's a going this respect, yeah. But you know, remembering green star locations, trying to avoid everything, that is the whole point of this game. We want to just try and get to the end of these levels quickly. It is very much like its 3DS process, or Mentor in 3D Land. Here we use the gyro, which is built in, and also is in the Wii U version. Basically used as touch controls to interact with that entire gyro level, to skip it. And your cursor, the little hand that I'm using right now, is one of the most important things about the run. You interact with a lot of enemies, and a lot of moving assets that can be manipulated by using the cursor. And here we go. We are up to a little bit of a star grinding left mission. We are going to go to the mystery house just off to the side for 5 free green stars. In some other categories, some miscellaneous and meme categories, we do skip these because our goal is just go as fast as we can to select levels. We have miscellaneous categories like 3D Kart, which we race to finish a Super Mario Kart based theme. We have goal. We have Bang Percent. Goal Percent is a Bowser's Fury exclusive category. Bang Percent is basically we head to World 6 and try and bang on multiple gongs. We do not do that level in any percent. I have like the innate nature to split after every level, and the fact is I don't have my timer up, so this is fun trying to stimulate you know, what I usually do. Here we're gonna show what cursors really can do. We're just gonna select quickly with Toad, and you can hold these boys down and one tap them. Cute little 6 in-game time level course, you know, it's fun. Again, the gyro is so important in this levels, and you know, characters really don't matter as much as you'd expect in this random percent, which is a very fun category of this game, where as you can see when the character select screen is up, you can randomize your character at the beginning of the level. Random percent basically does that for the entire any percent course. And, you know, you can roughly do it maybe 1 to 2 minutes off your estimate. So whatever time you have, you probably add about 2 minutes and random percent will take you there. The only thing you want to do is kind of try and stray off characters that you're not really that comfortable with, but it's all about luck, and that's what's fun about it. And we're almost done with World 2, actually. Trying to keep up with commentary. The gameplay kind of shows itself. A lot of it's going to be running and cat swiping, which are your predominantly cat diving, where you hit Z, L, and Y to do a short dive. You can act out of it by jumping, and it predominantly just gets you to top speed as quick as you can. There are a bunch of movement options, mainly with Luigi and Peach, that are different from Toad's base speed, because in the 3D world for Wii U, the base speed is not the same. It is probably around 30% slower. So what Luigi and Peach would do, mainly Peach, is something called cat momentum, where you jump out of your cat dive, your full cat dive, and you maintain the speed. Peach does this to try and keep top speed. And then Luigi has one new method that's shown in many ILs that we call vectoring. And vectoring is probably the most prominent with Luigi, and I'll showcase it later in the run. Basically, what happens, and I can show you here slightly, is all horizontal movement is stored when you jump. So if you just repeatedly go up, right, up, left, you can try and maintain speed as best you can. We use I do want to keep this cannon box at least till the end of the auto scroller, where there is a hidden green star that we will be obtaining. If you get hit from this point on, you basically lose it. We do have backups on the way, so there are a lot of backups in this game, given that each level has 3 green stars aside from Mystery House and your standard mini bosses. But we're just gonna quickly try and get in, and that was a very good entry. And here's our first boss, good old Boom Boom, who I believe made his first appearance in 3D Land for the 3DS. I could be mistaken. But he is quite simple. Oh no, he was a mini boss actually in Super Mario Bros. 3. I do remember that now. Here we're just gonna get hit. Doesn't really do anything. But there's kind of an optimal way of fighting Boom Boom. You want to jump on his head twice and catch swipe him at the final hit, because it basically saves the most on animation time. But as we are closing up World 2, it's been very solid. 220 finish is very good. Probably one of the better ones that I've done. Yeah. It comes with more practice, obviously. I've been running this game for roughly around, well, since its release in February. It's been, honestly, a real fun game to learn. And it's very, very different from the other multi-Mario games. But yeah, we are entering good old World 3, which has predominantly one ice level. Three out of 8, yep. Here we go. This will be fun. Hopefully I can pull it off. But, the first thing that we are going to be doing is grabbing snowballs with gyro to get the first star. And I'm going to showcase, hopefully. Okay, I am actually going to set up for this. So, you can do something in this game with ice physics, where if you repeatedly crouch, you can maintain speed as fast as you can. Obviously, you would use it to launch to the bunny here, but I accidentally grabbed the tree. And it's just a fun way to store momentum, which is a big thing in this run. If you watch the ILs for 3-1, it's insane. They basically just use that ice momentum to zoom all the way to the flag, to the pipe that we just entered. And again, I am avoiding the flagpole on specific end digits, so I avoid fireworks. We haven't gotten one for this run yet, so it's been really good. Now we're gonna enter 3-3. We have split paths, but we only have to do one, mainly because this on my left would be an auto scroller, and this one is just annoying. 3-3 is just kind of a pain. For a very casual-minded game, the first star is a pain in the butt. You wouldn't know where it is. Same with the stamp, actually. Speaking of stamps, you want to avoid any and all stamps in this run, because stamps will add a 4-second animation cutscene to the end, which we obviously do not want. Here, we're just going to quickly grab the green star that's hidden. Usually, you want to jump from the top, and they would all just kind of quickly go down for you, but you don't need to do that. And again, just keep running. You can use gyro to interrupt the ghost. I got hit, but that's fine. We do have a backup for this reason, which is something that was brought up in New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. I believe was the first time to have real backup items that you can access mid-level. We're just gonna quickly go through the spooky, scary hallway. And grab it on a very nice number. Good old 420. So, there are two types of ghost enemies. We have the Popobos, which are the, I believe that's their name, which are the kind of union, the ones that hit me. And then we have good old Big Boos and Little Boos. But, you know, we're not going to actually continue going up. We're going to go on a little passage to find good old Captain Toad, who has his own special levels. And these levels were the ones that inspired Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, which has both Wii U and Switch releases. They're just these little cube areas where 5 green stars are hidden, and we'll be doing 4 of them, I believe, throughout the game. The thing with Captain Toad's movement is that he cannot jump. His backpack is, or his adventure pack is too heavy. So everything is about running and taking tight corners. And, you know, it's a very straightforward linear level. We're going to hit this P-switch here to raise the water level to help us continue. We're just going to take a little cut here. And simply put, we're finished. And that's 3 Captain Toad. A lot of just small movement tech will come down to it. There's a big jump when it comes down to the leaderboards of this game. At the top, the current world record is a 1 minute 28 by someone who predominantly uses Luigi. And from there, we have people cusping around 130, and then we have a lot of people cusping around 140. Sub 140 is something that a lot of people strive to get in this game, and it's a very fun achievement that took me a long while of trying to get throughout my age of speedrunning this game. I first tried to run it, and I cusped around 140. I was very close. I had like a 141 up until recently, when the multi-Mario community decided that it was time to do a relay where we play all the any percents of the Big Six games. We call it the 540 relay. And I was one of the runners for the 3D World. It was about 5 teams. And due to that, I was like, I need to grind this game down. I spent a good 2 weeks on it, and I ended up getting my current PB, which is a 138. So it is a very good time that, you know, I hope to showcase a little bit. Here we're entering 3.5, which is one of my favorite levels, actually. It's a nice little relaxing trip down into the water. Where we collect 2 of the stars for the first time in, no, well, it's the second time in the run. We only collected 2 stars in 3-4. Good old Luigi in the pipe. It's just a very nice, calm level that, you know, we have a lot of fun with. We'll enter again. Yeah. Again, all the levels end relatively quickly, but if there's one thing that you can rely on, it's 3D World music, which is honestly, in my opinion, the second best, you know, Mario soundtrack given to us. I think the only one that beats it probably is Galaxy. But the 3D World soundtrack is one of the few that I absolutely listen to in my downtime. It's very nice. And yeah, we are heading to one of the most infamous levels for speedrunning, 3.7. And 3.7 will showcase, actually, my first character switch. I usually, actually, my gold is with Toad, but for the sake of safety, what I will be doing is I will be showing a different character. This will be a good old Princess Peach. Now, the thing with Switchboard Falls, or 3.7, is that it has these moving switchboards that carry momentum and can be affected by gyro. So you'll be seeing me slowly trying to maneuver the course. With Peach. And the reason we do pick Peach is that she's the most floaty character, I have to say. She's got her own float, which is an ability that was taken from Super Mario Bros. 2 and implemented, you know, implemented in all types of her gameplay. Except for her own standalone game. Super Princess Peach did not use floating. She had her parasol. There we go. And Peach is nice. We're actually gonna, you know, our goal, again, is a big chance usually, especially in newer runs, that they miss the 3rd star. In which case we do have multiple backups. There's a huge route that we use, and there's probably around 4 or 5 backups throughout the run. It's very nice. Here we're entering 3 Castle, or 3X, because this is not really a castle, more so a train ride. We're also going to switch to our 3rd character, good old Luigi. And Luigi's little gimmick, other than being literally the king of movement for this game, is that he has a very high jump, which helps us push the auto-scroller forward by helping us jump between train to train. You just gotta avoid. And one more jump. You can do up to 5 here. For safety, I do 3. We're just gonna set our boy free and collect our 3rd star, and we're gonna be fighting our second boss, which is good old, I believe, labeled as Boom Boom's brother, Pom Pom. And Pom Pom, you might know, actually got an appearance in Super Mario Party. Not Mario Party Superstars, but the one before. Same thing. You want to just try and hit him early. There's something that we like to call early Pom Pom. She usually, at the start, tries to disappear and poof into 3. To avoid that, if you are a cat or Tanuki, which is another power-up in this game, if you cat dive or Tanuki dive, which is the same thing, you would hit ZLY and ZLYB to do a jumping cat dive. What will happen is you will launch forward, and if you catch her before she disappears, you get a free hit, and it saves, I believe, 8 or so seconds? I could be wrong. But we're not really done with World 3, because we do have one of the best soundtracks coming up. More so in good old Circus Clown. Sadly, the fight is not the best. Sadly, the fight will be ending prematurely, but we will be entering 3B, and we will be fighting good old Histocrat. I will be staying Luigi for the next 2 levels, so this and the next, due to his increased jump height. But the reason we want the increased jump height here is because if you get behind Histocrat and jump dive onto him, you get a free hit and avoid all his snakes. You can just do it quickly. Our current record holder for this game, his speedrun name, his Twitch name, Luigi Master. Great. But we're done with Histocrat. Sadly, the music can only stay for too long. But as you can see, I try and turn with vectoring. Not the best, but, you know, we make do. And we are officially now done with World 3. We have managed to avoid fireworks throughout the entire run, which has been incredible, because I usually never. And yeah. I think we do have some downtime for some donation readings, if we do have any.
At this current moment in time, there is no updates. But we're rooting for you. The run's going really well. We're enjoying watching, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I know I'm hooked. So there's nothing really to update on at the moment, other than the... Excuse me, I'm still recovering from COVID.
Oh, I do.
So
yeah.
Basically, the charity we are supporting is Haven's House. It's a children's hospice. They care for seriously ill babies and children by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families whilst they go through some of the toughest times in their life, to be honest. No family at all should have to face the difficulties alone of looking after a child with a serious illness. Although we cannot change the diagnosis, our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of our children need 24-hour care and supervision. We're a lifeline for these families, supporting them and their children's illness. We are here for the whole family, including mums, dads, brothers and sisters, and grandparents. They offer round-the-clock service and care at the hospice, and they also do multiple family events as well. So we really are supporting a really good cause. I'm not going to talk too much long because obviously there are details on the run that are being spoke about, so I don't want to take up too much of the screen time. I'm not here for the limelight.
You might as well be. You could be. Come on.
It's all about you right now. It's all about you right now. Let's get this going.
All right. Thank you.
But yeah, nothing new. But if anything pops up, I will let you know.
All right. So yeah, we've just finished 4-1. There's a small skip that I do that avoids jumping on the ants, which is something that you would normally do casually. We just call it ant skip. The only downside to the skip is that sometimes you can miss the star due to it being a bit finicky on the z-axis, and you do lose a cat suit, which thankfully there is a little trick here, a little visual cue in maybe around 30 or so seconds that will net you a free cat suit 100% of the time. As we enter here, we will be going around a little side path. Here we'll see a transparent block. If I click on the block with my gyro as I land, you will 100% of the time get a free cat suit. You just need to land on the floor the moment you click it, free cat suit, which makes this level a lot nicer because it is definitely one of the roughest levels to do. We did accidentally get hit. Piranhas do have to be a little bit rude, but we're fine. I'm going to mainly need this cat suit for the second level upcoming. We do have a small mini boss against some boulders that we do not really like that much. They're a bit finicky, and the biggest issue that I have, and it's just a personal gripe, I do use the Pro Controller instead of Joy-Cons, and the snapback that I get from trying to throw these guys is immense. I hate it. It's awful. But we'll just quickly use our gyro to try and throw them. And chuck them in. Thankfully, there was no snapback, so I didn't throw them back onto dry land. And here we go. That's 4A. You know, the run goes by very quick in levels. It's fun. It's lightning quick. And we're heading on to 4-4, which has one of, I mean, the most dangerous movements for me. It's something that I struggle with. Obviously, we're going to be doing it. If not, we're going to have a nice little ride on a bounce pad. But 4-4, we will be switching to good old Peach. Big Bounce Byway has a skip in it called Trampoline Skip, which, as you would think, it skips the trampoline portion of this, which is basically a small auto scroller. We will be continuing the level as usual, you know, using cat momentum dives to try and maintain top speed in air. I'll grab this checkpoint so I don't die, and hopefully, as we quickly get the second and third screen stars, you will see a big old trampoline right here. Now, Trampoline Skip will skip this entire movement, and hopefully, you know, it goes well. So there, I'm using the Bitty Buggies to avoid it, and there's the big Trampoline Skip. I was very scared there. I missed the green one, which was the one I was aiming for, and I knew I was going to be off. I held back, you know, and I used the one behind us, and because I lost a lot of speed, normally you can make it a lot more fluidly. Sometimes you can make it all in one, so you don't even need to jump on the Biggie Buggy if you do a movement tech called crouch canceling, which is something that I don't use, but very, very high top players, people that are closer to world record than I am, will use, where you will mash sprint, or you'll match crouch the moment you land from any movement, from any jump, any cat dive. If you hit crouch, you will store the crouch movement akin to like the ice momentum that I showed in World 3, and it will make you go faster, and it just stacks, and you start going. And if you want to see anything, watching the ILs of these levels are insane. It's probably one of the best things to watch. We are just doing 4 Mystery House as our last level in World 4, actually. This is the last level. We will be heading back to a previous level in World 4 to activate the second and final warp of this game. And yeah, hopefully these Goombas don't mess me up, and we're good. It's like the last thing. Gyro, again, is so important. You usually, in this room right here, you'd be scared because these spikes are throwing big old bars at you. But if you just hold gyro on them, they don't do at all. And we are done. We'll be heading back to 4-2, the good old poison lava level. And, you know, we have a nice star count. We are actually perfect on stars at the current moment. This is the route I've been doing. We have not missed a single one yet. And we will just be heading back to 4-2 to activate our second warp, which will take us to World 5 without having to save the fairy of this world. I traded there. It's a bit unfortunate, but again, if I do the trick that I said earlier, where we hit the transparent block right when we land, I will get a free Katsu. Again, avoid the stamp, which would cause me to lose 4 seconds due to an animation. And climb up the wall here. And this pipe will take us to World 5. And I believe we're heading on very good pace. We're probably still within sub 140. It's very good. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be doing a couple little detours before we progress with World 5. We will be doing 2 Captain Toad levels. They're not in the same world really, but there is, you know, fun little movement tech that we do. And by movement tech, I mean world map movement. Toad has now entered Luigi's mansion, and we must help him get 5 green stars. Right here. And again, these touch control levels right here where we use our gyro. It's very sensitive. What we want to do is kind of just manipulate the terrain to help Captain Toad move. We are going to do a little cut here though. Take the corner back. We don't need to push it forward. Managed to avoid the Popobos, which is very nice. And after a small chase sequence, we've collected all 5. This level's too spooky. It's the predecessor to Luigi's Mansion 3. Here, instead of going to 5-1, we're gonna go back to World 1, but not through the normal map select fast travel. We're going to head here. Normally, if you do not take this and you warp back to World 1, you will not be able to access the Captain Toad level, because you actually need to complete 1-2 normally, not with the warp. But if we enter through this way, we got a free shot at Captain Toad here. And it's a free 10 stars that we take. I also love Luigi Mansion 1 runs. Luigi Mansion 1, 100%. Luigi Mansion any percent. Oh, they're so fun to watch. And we're just going to quickly grab some 5 stars here. Now this is a cycle-based level. What we're going to be doing is trying to catch a fast cycle here. We're going to avoid the easy stars because we can just grab them in a little bit. Just going to get up on here. These bitty buggies need to get out of my way, so I'm going to hold them down. And we're just going to drop down here, drop down here. You've not played Luigi's Mansion. Well, Luigi's Mansion is one of the fun games. I know, you know, GameCube games are very hard to come by, but I would heartily recommend Luigi's Mansion. That was one of my childhood games. But we're done with our little star grind, and we're just gonna warp back to World 5. And one of the neat little quirks that Map Select does, it always drops you right in front of the first level. Welcome to 5-1. We're heading to Sunshine Seaside, where we gotta do a little collectathon. We gotta get 2 green stars, and we gotta get 5 warp coins, which I believe is their name. And the warp coins themselves are not the most annoying to catch. They're kind of just all in the way. We jump up here. We say hi to these bitty buggies, which are harassing our good old Captain Toad, which we gotta save. And he grants us a star, which he's been like, he's had a lot of them. And here we're gonna enter the pipe and meet one of our next companions, good old Plessy. Plessy is our dino friend. And he has his own separate levels, which we actually control. Here you only have him for half the run though, or half this level. But good old Plessy has his star role in Bowser's Fury, where he basically is your method of transport throughout the entire world. But so Plessy's been upgraded ever since. Sadly, there is a glitch that you can do with multiple players that you can just not use Plessy for his entire level. Oh, and here is my first instance of fireworks. I did end with a 1. So you will see. Congratulations, you've lost time. You do not want to end any of your levels with 1, 3, or 6, or else you will get a firework, 3 fireworks, or 6 fireworks. And it's like a small second. It adds up later on when you start peaking near Summer Best. But, you know, it's just the first instance. It's good to show it off for a marathon run. We're going to actually head to the statue here. Instead of that level, here we have a little time level akin to 3-4 and the 100-second ones that we normally see. And this is why we pick it, because we can finish it in probably around, you know, 11 or so seconds. We're just gonna jump up here. And again, we ended with the 6 now. So, akin to the 1, here we go. What a nice celebration. Here we're gonna hopefully do a little 2-tap on the charging chucks. We have to beat 5 of them in a small space. It's really difficult for casual, but if you just kind of manipulate them, get them there, you just gotta hit them. I messed up all big time. We gotta actually hit them all. We lost our cat suits, which would be difficult, but one of the great things about this is that we have cat suits in the next level. One of the things that I would always recommend is knowing where cat suits are in the games. This level is very free to understand where it is. But, you know, there's some in, like, many places. Like, some are in auto-scrollers that you would normally never see in your life. But here, we're gonna enter our small little Luigi phase, where we're gonna use Luigi for the next 3 or so levels. Just gonna grab this. Luigi here has probably the biggest showcase, because he will show you how vectoring really works. And by vectoring, I will tell again, vectoring is the movement horizontally that will build up speed. So, this open plane is perfect to showcase it. We're just gonna grab a backup cat suit for the sake of it. Grab our good old star from Mr. Money. And if you just kind of move back and forth, you'll store speed, right? normally faster than Toad running. And you can do this in almost any level. Ooh, trying. I see how you're doing, game. A nice little, you know, grace of death, but we avoided it. And there we go. We'll continue using Luigi up until World 6. So, you know, we got 2 more levels. Oh, 3 more levels, actually. Here we're going to have a fun little thing that you would normally see in the original Galaxy games. Flip switches. We'll be heading to good old Cakewalk Flip. Here we'll be grabbing 2 stars. And again. 3D World has a lot of assets taken from good old Galaxy. Galaxy has so much inspiration. These things are a pain. You would normally see these guys, if you ever played this game and seen Champion Road, the hardest part of the game is right there. These bad boys infiltrate everything. And we're heading on to 3-7, which is honestly one of my favorite levels to run, because you can have some fun speed with it.
Luigi time. Let's go.
Searchlight Sneak is a little stealth mission, but not really, because the whole point of this is just to blitz through it. Again, we'll be using stored speed, and we gotta get up here. Instead of using springs, the bull bills will do. And every time you activate a spotlight, bullet bills will be launched. And we don't need that. We'll take you though. Because what we'll do, instead of trying to climb this little annoying Z-axis 2D platformer, we just want to get up here, climb up here. Bada bing, bada boom, jump on 30 instead of 31 to avoid fireworks. Here we are. 3-7's a fun level. Oh, what am I saying? It's 5-7. For some reason, every level is World 3 to me. And we're entering the castle level with one of the hardest bosses in any Mario game. One of the hardest, totally. We'll be continuing with Luigi. Luigi has some fun stuff where we can just continue. Oh, never mind, I hit plus. We got Toad for today. Usually, hitting plus will randomize it. I just prematurely did it because you usually hit plus to skip a cutscene. But that's fine. Toad is also quite fast here. Just gonna continue going. Oh hey, green star, let's just grab you. And here we enter the boss fight. Again, grabbing green stars is the end of this game, and the cat suit helps so much. But, look at this poor man. He doesn't know what's coming to him. If you go from this place, stand right here. You can wait a little, have a nice cup of coffee, you know, relax. Oh, all of a sudden, boop, that's 2. Let's just stand right here. You know, maybe he'll do some extra final big attack. Oh, what? You're just gonna jump there? Okay. The hardest boss in the game, everybody. He does make an appearance in the end game. Well, not the end game. The bonus worlds post game. And he does the exact same thing. And here we go. That's number 5 Spritzy. We've only saved 3 though. The fun thing is, if you skip the worlds, the Spritzies will still be locked up. So the green Spritzy and the orange Spritzy are still encaged in their castle until we save them, which we aren't going to do this run. So they're stuck, they're lost. We've saved 3 so far. And what a nice run. We're on to World 6. As usual, cloud level. 6 out of 87. Oh my gosh. Imagine if there was an 87 worlds. I'll tell you, if you want 100% this game, be prepared to love every level, because to 100% the game, what you need to do is beat every level with every character, along with getting every collectible. All the stamps, all the green stars, all the flagpoles. Because top of the flagpoles act as collectibles ever since 3D Land, right? So it's a fun little thing where you have to play every level at least twice. If you have the joy that is multiple controllers, if you only have one controller, you have to beat every level 5 times, basically. Which is fine if you're going insane. If you want to go insane, perfect. I actually have done a 100% run. It took 8 hours. The 380 is the much more comfortable 100%. I do gotta save myself. Here I'm trying to do a trick called Pipeless, where obviously you're trying to avoid the pipe. I almost messed it up, because what happened was I accidentally re-grabbed, which is something I don't want to do. So, you have 2 stages of cat climbing, basically. You have 2 stages of cat climbing. You have the first cat climb, which goes probably double the height of the second. And then you have fatigued cat climbing, where you re-grabbed and are trying to climb up again, but you only go around half the height. Once you drop your second cat climb, you start descending. You can grab the wall, but you'll slowly grab off it. You can wall jump, but it's a movement tech that is very difficult to kind of save yourself from. So I was just very lucky that there was a ledge on the bottom that could save me. Here we're gonna do Spooky Shipwreck Wreck. Shipyard Wreck, I mean. And the main draw of this level is that you can just skip the entire sub-area of this level. Usually you would enter here and you would enter a nice water area. We can just kind of jump past it. And grab the third. Because why ever do water levels in Mario games? We'll just quickly go through here. Why do levels? Well, speaking of upcoming levels, I mean, there's a good old level upcoming that's something that can save a lot of time, actually. If you were fast on the next level, you can save upwards to 15 seconds, which is fun for, fun for top level, I do have to say. So, we will be entering a good old Kool-Aid, purple Kool-Aid level. Who doesn't love it? And we'll be trying to grab all the stars while hitting a fast cycle on the rafts that will happen. This is basically a glorified auto-scroller that we just gotta try and save ourselves from. The second half has a large slope, which, cute little cinematic, but if you grab the wrong cycle, you will lose time. So our main goal from here on out, once we get this first star in this clear pipe, is to book it. We want to hit the cycle that ends with, I believe, 343. If not, we'll be entering a cycle that's like 320. It's not the best. Thankfully, Toad's base speed is so fast that it's not a worry. You just grab this, and here we go. This is something that I didn't do until my sub 140, and it saved me 15 seconds off the running. It was great. Grab this little star right here. It's hiding from us. And ending with 327. Usually you would end with 300. So, you know, take that into consideration. Your in-game timer is about 27 seconds faster. That's an opportunity. Yeah, you know what? That's a dancing opportunity. Here we have another mini-boss, akin to the boulders. We gotta beat up Sir Knight. Prince Bully. He has slight bits of RNG elements. What happens is your goal is to kick him into these clear pipes to shrink him down into cylinder shot size. And if you're lucky, he will go to top 4 bottom. If you're unlucky, he will go all the way around. He's like one of the few that has slight RNG elements. The other one is the Boulder, who has a actual boss in World 4. Where what you will do is he will kind of chuck stuff randomly at random points. And the RNG is if he hits your projectiles that you use. Now we're going to be heading up to 6-6, Bullet Bill Base. Where our goal, we're just climbing. Again, 3D World's a fast game. It's fun. And especially as you creep down, when you first start, you'll probably have a time closer to 3 hours than to 1.5. So, you know, as you play more and you get more comfortable with the game, you start using more characters, random percentage break for that. What happens is, my brain's functioning like it's at 8 o'clock in the morning today, but the multiple characters showcase a lot of, you know, individuality with your runs. So, you know, 13th place on the leaderboards could be an itemless run, which they don't even do anything. So there are people that prefer playing the game without items. They don't like the cat suit per se in this game, so they do nothing, and they have times literally equal to mine. My time on the leaderboards is literally tied to the second with a person that doesn't use items. My time is better than people that use crouch boost and vectoring. Like, the levels partake a lot to different ways, and that's what makes 3D World honestly one of the best speed games for Mario. It's very easy to get into. The community itself is very nice. Something that we're trying to do, and I know one person is really taking the helms on it, is that they are making a beginning route. They're making a beginner route using only Toad running. So literally barely using the cat suit, and the time is within sub 140. Like, you can get a good run without doing main. That's the great of this game. The game is very unoptimized for a lot. Here we're going to be jumping the auto scroller forward by basically hitting fixed camera angles that move the game along with it. You'll be seeing it a lot in like World 6, and especially in the final boss. We'll be doing a similar movement tech where we push the camera up by just going off screen. Again, to anybody that is interested in running the game, the speedrun.com site of this has a link to our Discord where we do a whole load of stuff. And, you know, if you have any questions or such, you should reach out to the Discord or to me. We'll be gladly accepting answers. Honestly, something that I would love to do is try and get a lot of people into the game. Something that's a fun category and only possible in the Switch version is multiplayer. So what happens is you can use Nintendo Online to play multiplayer with anybody in the world. It is a bit finicky based on, you know, kind of Nintendo Online's classics. You know, they have trouble. But yeah, multiplayer is a very unoptimized category right now. I know people in the community are trying to take it down as we speak. But, you know, that's what the fun is about the game. But we've just finished 6 Mystery House. That's just a showcase for Gyro. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to move. Gyro's the only thing that will save you. And also a fun little thing that I can say and talk about is a small time save, which I'll let you guys in on. It's a fun little secret. That, what am I gonna say? If you use your gyro and click on a star that's spawning, which is it's not the worst to explain. So say you're in the mystery house, right? So 2 mystery house. And you just defeated the enemies, and on the star spot, the thing does a little animation before spawning. If you use your cursor and click on it, basically, or hover over it, it will basically make it active instantly. So, because it's active instantly, you can collect it, and it saves like half a second. And because there's so many of those types of stars in the game, it adds up very quickly. Here we're actually gonna, you know what, I think we'll showcase a new item. I'm just gonna quickly collect you. And we're gonna go get ourselves a Tanuki. I mainly use Tanuki for safety reasons. I enjoy the Tanuki a lot. It has basically, it gives you a lower peach float, and you know, it was a big thing back in 3D Land. Alright, hold on a little second. Look what I have to deal with. We're just gonna grab the 3rd star here. And honestly, we're gonna fight the easier version of Boom Boom. Now, Boom Boom here, Boom Boom, instead of going invisible, which is harder to track, what this man will do is he'll just spin in his ball usual, but he'll disappear and he makes clones of himself, which we don't even care about. And he does it again. If you can just attack him before he starts making moves, you know, free hits. And that's Boom Boom done, and we're almost done with World 6. We do have one more level. I just gotta avoid that timer. And we're on good pace, you know, we're roughly on like 102 leaving the castle, from what I can tell. That's honestly very nice. Let's just head up. We're definitely underestimate currently. Being deathless is definitely the hardest part of getting a very good run. And there's only a few people that will stay deathless. There are 2 things that you really want to look out for when doing runs, and it's keeping your catsuit and dying. Because obviously it goes hand in hand. If you die, you lose your catsuit, and it can stunt you for a lot of the game. So it's best to not die, which, you know, I never said before in a speedrun. fun little thing. You can store the momentum of the carousel. And we're fighting Monty Boss Blob. Now, Monty Boss Blob has a fun little property. He'll jump at you, but you usually are thinking that this man jumps at randoms and random spawns, but this man will always like pop out near the entrance. So he will always spawn towards the middle. And as you can see, come on. So he'll always spawn towards the middle on the axis. The axis 2, he's kind of in this. He'll spawn this way. And you can just track him a little bit better now. Sadly, I am cloned. We do have duplicates today. The double cherry does duplicate your player, which does make it kind of annoying to move, especially trying to get into the pipe. But you've done just fine. $315. Jeez. We are now officially done with World 6, and we're heading into I like to say this is the back end of the game. I say Worlds 1 through 4 War are early game. We have 5 and 6, which are mid game, and now we're heading into the end game. We're going very fast, and we're just gonna try and keep going faster. Here, we don't even. These guys are just nuisances, as usual. Again, this speed game varies differently for everybody. And Toad running is just so quick now that the Wii U got it, or the Switch buffed its speed. You know, you can just run through it. It's great. And I'll be using Toad mainly, I believe, just through the rest of this world. Actually, you know what? I'll use Peach for the next level because it is 100% my least favorite level in the entire game. 7-3. And it's not because it's hard. It's not because it's hard. It's not because of any other reason. What it is, it's just stressful. It's why I actually use Tanuki for this. Tanuki just gives me extra height. And you can do a little skip at the end. But 7-3 predominantly is just a timed run where you can't stop, basically. So I use Peach to try and just kind of slow myself down. You are put on boost pads, which lock you at a speed. Technically, boost pads are slower than Toad's base run, but you would be jumping way too much to make any sort of time save. Here, we're in the second half. We're just gonna quickly grab these guys with gyro. See what I mean? The boost pads also have a tendency to eat your jump inputs. Stay. And down we go. It's just stressful. I do not like that level. Wish it could change a little, but who cares? You know, we made it past water under the bridge. We're now on to 7-4. Again, you can play any level, you know, and, you know, we can give even Mario some love. The issue with the characters itself, they always peak at one aspect, except Mario. It's one of the few things that Mario just doesn't work well at. Since he is the best of the rest, his movement speed is basically just a worse Luigi. Because his main, like, movement tech is vectoring. Yeah, his main movement tech is vectoring, and Luigi just has better vectoring. Sadly, we did get hit, so we are just gonna take it a bit slower now. Again, so long as we are not dying, we are winning today. I'm just gonna grab you real quick. Okay, I'll just grab you real quick. I'll do say so. Do stay. Thank you. To make it through. I will be using the catsuit here because we do have some fun stuff. Instead of trying to, you know, fight the bullies, let's just not. If you defeat the bullies, it will automatically make the staircase, you know, slowly, you know, a nice little joyride. But you can just jump through it. It's why I have the Tanuki as well. If you just hit max speed, you can just float over. Even with Toad and his reduced height. It's nice. Here we're gonna fight a little mini boss. Which one do we pick? Do we pick Boulder? Or do we pick Bully? Hi Xylex, how you doing? But we're gonna actually pick the Boulder for now. And again, this Boulder has RNG elements. He's been upgraded a little. So what we're gonna be doing is storing his little buddies and using them as ammunition on him. Thankfully, RNG didn't get the best of us, and we can just survive. Again, he throws these things at random. Hello, goodbye. It is RNG. He tracks you, obviously, but where he goes is RNG, because he can just snipe your boulder. Because his movement moves with you, him throwing boulders would be RNG. It's less RNG, but we're just gonna kind of play around with this level. We don't really have to do much. I did double grab by accident because I did climb the fireplace, so we are just gonna grab you. Again, we are going to avoid the stamp because the stamp does lose roughly 4 seconds due to an animation at the end of the level. And Geronimo. Oh, couldn't stop him. These bad boys are annoying to the point of scary. Because we have to collect 5 key coins here to unlock a warp box. And if you just leave them alone, we're just gonna quickly grab here, grab 3rd star. Whoop. These boys are electric. If you step on them, they will hit damage. And you're like, okay, you know what? It's unlocked it. Now stress. And because you didn't kill those random enemies, they're still here. Which is why I take it. But yeah, level's done. Ended on fireworks again, which is fine. We haven't had many fireworks, so we might as well celebrate it. This is 138 pace, by the way. Yeah, I figured. It's been very solid. No deaths. The worst thing I've done is gotten hit on... Where was it? Where did I get hit? I don't know. But the fact is, again, the main part of this game, low 139. Yeah, that's what I thought. The fact that it's sub 140 is very nice. And we're gonna enter our final Captain Toad level, actually. Now, this Captain Toad level seems a bit dangerous, but we do have a set path that we like to go by. And Gyro never not hurt. It doesn't hurt to use. So we're just gonna quickly just go around, have fun. And we're gonna just use our gyro to hold the thwomps down, so we make the cycle basically. That's how it is. Just gonna drop down here. Bullet bills in your path, gyro. Thwomp holding the green star, gyro. Need an elevator, gyro. That's the fun part. Just drop down. And that's our final Captain Toad level. We'll see him in his own. We'll see him in his own game in like, or see a sequel to his own game. Gyro is the best strat. It is something that is so beneficial to any run. If you get comfortable with gyro, you're miles ahead of most of the mid-game runners. You just want to be very nice. Here, who doesn't love a little bit of insta-death? We're just going to try and avoid it. Good old lava. Lava is an insta-kill, no matter what happens. We will be grabbing our third showcase item, the boomerang. And as you'd expect, the boomerang does exactly what it does normally. You just throw a boomerang out. It does have tracking, which is very nice. Kind of follows you at angles. Right. It's a bit annoying. We are going to miss a cycle. Okay, boomerang. Actually, you know, we're good. I think. Yep. It's different. They have different patterns. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do early cycle on my 138 either, Xylix. That's the fun part. I told you. My run is so bare bones. It's why it's a very beginner-friendly run. What my, like, that saves 10 seconds, yeah. I don't do it. That's the fun part, Xylix. I don't do anything. Again, before my 138, I didn't do a lot of things. And I barely started adding new stuff into it. It's worth considering, yeah. But we're doing a marathon run. I don't want to die. That's the fun part. But we're entering 7 Castle, where we get to fight good old Bowser. Yes. So, Bowser's run utilizes mainly boomerang. You would normally try and be a bit careful, but there's a small skip you can do here with the cat suit. It's why it's in my backup. We can just climb this, which is what houses our 2nd star. And we're just gonna go. Oh. Just cross that. And we're almost done with the game itself. As you'd expect, it's very, very simple. And I wonder how this Bowser fight's gonna play out. You know, usually with Bowser fights, you get good old, like, epic fights. Nah. Bowser's in his hot rod. We do love Bowser. Gyro does help us a lot here. You can literally just, if you aim your gyro at the back tire, swipe upwards, free hit. And the reason why I'm crouching here is because it sets Bowser at a set speed. If you head too slow, he won't throw fireballs, which won't, or he'll set an infinite amount of fireballs. And he'll throw like an infinite amount. You'll never see a soccer ball in your life. If you go too fast, what happens is you'll follow the course. And if you jump, if you start going at it, he will take too long to throw fireballs, or throw the soccer balls that you hit back at him. As usual, we did save 5 spritzies instead of the 7, because we did do 2 warps. They are forever trapped. We don't need to talk about them ever. And obviously, we just defeated Bowser. The game's over, right? Psych. The poor souls. They've been trapped yet again. And Bowser's gonna use their wish-making magic to create something dastardous. Devious. He has the Infinity Stones. I wonder what magical, like, magical world, you know, scary, terrifying, probably full of lava. Who the heck knows what this world's gonna entail? But I'm ready to see it. Obviously, Bowser's main wish, just like in Sonic Colors. You know, with Eggman, they do the same thing. What would you wish for? An amusement park. Good old amusement park. That's the villain origin story that everybody loves to see.
Hello. Let's go.
We're gonna be using Peach here because this entire level is based on cat movement. We're just gonna be skipping a whole lot. Also, glad you found the channel SLG. And again, good old Peach. You don't have to do anything with her. She's just very simple, slowest in base speed, but you know, you can make up for it. Almost messed up, but that's fine. I didn't want fireworks anyway. We are in the final world of this game, actually, and we're entering the real back end of this. We got maybe around 10 levels left. And coming up is one of my favorite looking levels. Honestly, one of the better designed ones. Not Plessie's, but Cookie Cogworks. A lot of fun, you know. As usual, we go back to my good old bread and butter Toad. Alright. And the catsuit, again, is such a big help in this run. I cannot do anything. Like, I cannot suggest working on trying to go damageless, basically, in this game. Not having to rely on your itemless gameplay is so important, because it's such a relief that, you know, I don't have to do anything, because if I'm falling, cat swipe. If you know, I need to go somewhere, cat dive. If I'm about to fall off a ledge, you know, cat climb it. That's the fun part. We're just gonna have fun here. Landed on a 6. We do get fireworks. That's all fine and dandy. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Here we're heading to 8 Train, which, you know, is more so an auto-scroller than anything. We don't have to do much here. So honestly, this is the perfect time to either, you know, plug the charity, or talk about donations that happened recently.
What is up, everybody? I hope you're all enjoying the run so far. I know I have been. That's for sure. Sorry. Not okay. Yes, we are supporting Haven's House charity. They are an amazing charity who basically they're a children's hospice who care for seriously ill babies and children. They create a really loving and warm environment for them and their families also when they go through some of the toughest time probably in their life. So no family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with a serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, their specialist care team can provide a support to patients and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of the children have 24-hour plus care, got 24-hour care and supervision, They are also a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their child's illness. They're there for the whole family, including mums, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. Haven House provides a round-the-clock care at their own hospice, surrounded by beautiful grounds and woodland in Woodford Green. And through their outreach services in a home and local community, they provide daycare, overnight stays, end-of-life care, bereavement support, as well as life-enriching activities such as sensory play, music therapy, physiotherapy also. We provide care and support where and when our families need us. Hospice care does not mean that the child is near the end of their life. They are also here for... We are also here from time of a devastating diagnosis is made to help the families have choice, quality of life, and make the most of the precious time they have together. So, as you can tell, this is a pretty amazing charity that we have the privilege of supporting. So, if you don't know how to donate towards that charity, I'll show you right now how to do it. It's !donate in chat. That'll bring up a link towards the Tiltify that we use to make these donations. There's no donations to announce at the moment, so we can run back over to GlennJaamin right now and carry on enjoying this amazing run.
Alright, so after the lovely auto-scroller with good old Pom-Pom as a sort of final boss for that, we're heading on to Footlight Lane, which also has a fun gimmick where you just can't see where you're going. The gyro, again, is so helpful. I cannot stress it enough. And sadly, we did get hit, which doesn't really impact this level as much. It is a bit of an annoyance, but we just keep going. One of the things that I used to always forget is these levels hide so many just annoying secrets. Little 8-bit Luigi's, you know, they like, you know, spreading all sorts of stuff around. But the stamp in this level, oh my gosh, this is why I do any percent. But as we're heading through, the best thing you can do is use the gyro to give yourself added track to run on. It always will stay on, but it's great to have a visual cue. The star, which I used earlier, before the checkpoint, is also great because it just gives you added vision, so you don't miss your jumps. That level used to be one of the best at just killing my runs. And here we enter Bowser 6, which is a level that has a very, you know, I wouldn't say scary, but definitely more advanced level skip coming towards the end, which is, it's not the hardest in the world, but it's definitely the most, you know, it's one of the few at endgame that you would be worried about messing up. In terms of the gyro controls, I am much preferred to it than the classic Wii U one, but, you know, I think when it comes to gyro, this is a lot of fun. We're just going to be entering here, and we're going to be doing something called candle skip, which will come right after the second star, where we skip basically what I'm on right now, but basically takes about an hour, a full minute of just, you know, survival. There's a lot of enemies, a whole lot of stuff. After we get the second star here, what we'll be doing is we'll be jumping on the candles on the side of the walls in order to save just around a minute, which is, you know, but it's scary. The reason why I have Peach is because her float is very beneficial to getting over there without having to climb over. So you would jump over between candle and candle, skipping the auto-scroller, and as you can see, all of that, we're just gonna go around. The dry bones can add an extra platform if you fall over, but it's just best to try and land on the candles as best you can, line up the shadows. I climbed up on an invisible wall, who doesn't love that? There is a small hitbox there, which doesn't bode well. A lot of top runners have like died for no reason on there because they simply just try and dive off and they hit an invisible wall, plummet to their death. Saddest thing ever, my heart goes out to them. But we are finished with 6-6 or 8-6, and we have officially 5 levels left. We have a mystery house, we got 1 regular level, 2 bosses, and Bowser. We're near an endgame. So when it comes down to characters, honestly, it's a preference. If you believe that you use Toad more efficiently in his speed than like Peach and the safety of her float, you would use Toad more. Luigi has an individual thing that we like to call vectoring, which is a whole new movement tech that I showcased earlier in the run, where he stores speed. He's essentially the fastest character if you utilize all the movement tech of this game, but you can get a very good time, like top 10 to top 15 if you just use Toad. Like, you could use Toad. People can have top 10 times using Mario. There are individuals that do a category called Mario percent, where you do Mario, itemless, and warpless, and they have times equating to me. They are incredible players, and you know, all the respect goes out to the 3D World community because they are godlike at this game. And my hope is just that we get more people to run this game because it's very underrated, especially to comparing itself to others. But it's all about preference. It's all about, you know, how much fun you have with the character. Toad is my guy, so I use him a lot. And that's a free 10 stars right there. I am playing a little bit dangerously. I did not grab an extra cat suit in this level, which I could have. So instead, we will be trying to grab a Tanuki coming up in this other level. We just got to make one big jump, and then we're in the clear, honestly. We're just going to head over here. Bowser 7. Gotta love this level. We'll be using Peach for this.
Hello.
This was one of my stressors in my beginning of running this game. What you'll have here is these guys will basically just turn in set patterns. It's very nice. But what we're going to be doing is, I'll see ya. I just want to go here. See ya. There we go. And we're going to do one more big skip, because why not? So, from here, you usually do a fun little, like, mini game of dodge the fire bros. I say no. We're just gonna have fun over here. Hopefully I do make it. I do. And this is the last level, so obviously they make it the most annoying by having this end right here. So, a big trick I will recommend to beginner players is you want to follow those mouse. When they pop down from the sky right here, if you keep on pace with them, they will basically guide you to never falling off. If you go too fast, you will fall into the lava. If you go too slow, they'll leave you behind. This thing heads at a set pace. If you ground pound, it goes faster. So we will be heading up to our last little area. Sadly, the mice have to be sacrificed, but for a good cause. And that is the final real level of the game. We have 2 bosses and Bowser left. Also, hello, Pipes, and hello Piper, hello, T. They are people in my community. So, our final 2 are the 2 bosses that we fight separately in Worlds. Aside from bosses, we will be fighting Monty Boss Blob, which we saw in World 6 earlier. And, we'll be using Luigi for the final 3 levels. Because, who knows? Actually, I think we should send it off well. This game has a lot of fun stuff. But one thing that we've neglected this entire run, as we talk throughout the marathon, is Mario. I might as well go Mario for the final level. He'll have his moment of glory as he defeats Bowser. Again, Monty Boss Blob has a very easy pattern to understand. He always falls towards the middle. Basically, this point, any single time he falls, it will always go towards the middle no matter what. So, just keep track of that every single time. Again, he'll probably just go straight down, like that. Let's just grab the star. One of the big things I dislike about the Tanuki suit, and it's like the only thing, is that because my timing's off with vectoring, I'll flutter in the air, and it will just kill all my momentum. So it's a reason why not many people run with Tanuki, but you can actually use Tanuki to skip a large part of the Meowser cutscene. It's only viable for like top 5 runners, but you know, for how we're doing really well, I do have to say. Here, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be switching up a little bit. We're going to go cat suit for this and the rest of the run. And we're fighting Histocrat, but girl. So, to defeat the queen, we're going to be doing the same thing that we did to her husband. We're just going to ground pound, and in the air, we're going to jump dive like this, at its apex. Doing so, easy kill. And despite the sad thing of the Histocrat theme being the best song in the game, we only get to hear it for about 10 seconds. Ooh, timer. This should be basically 140 pace. So, I mean, this is very good, honestly. Hopefully, if I can get Meowser Skip, which is a big auto-scroller cutscene where we just cut off a lot of an auto-scroller in between the fight, you know, this is good. 170 stars, all the stars we need to unlock Bowser. No more, no less. And, obviously, it's Mario time.
It's about time.
It's about time, Mario. That is correct. It is finally your time to shine in this run. You do not want to get a 1, 3, or 6. If you get 1, 3, or 6, basically at the end of the level, after it counts down, what will happen is you get a little fun firework. It loses about a second and a half. It adds up at bigger level, at like higher levels, but it's not the worst thing. All right, game, I see it. I see you trying to kill me. It is Mario time, and we have just finished the level. We don't need stars anymore. It doesn't matter. The whole goal now is getting to the end, and we have about like 2 minutes of auto-scroller basically. This is a much different fight than Sunshine 64. The only thing we do is survive an auto-scroller. So, we are nearing the end game. That's why I'm not that worried about Mario. But yeah, I mean, this has been a very, very solid run. The fact that we went deathless is very nice. There is a skip. Basically, remember how I showed you with the fuzzies back in World 6, where what happens is there are fixed cameras. I'm just grabbing the 3rd star from the jokes. What will happen is basically there are fixed cameras at certain points of auto-scrollers, and if you hit those points, the fixed camera will basically replace what's happening. So you can jump auto-scrollers if you just do out of bounds or like off-screen movement. And we will be seeing that the moment we get through this second part. Here we go. Bowser deciding, or Meowser in this scenario. This is Meowser. It's time for him to multiply. Because what's scarier than one Meowser? Like 15. Let us see if we can do the auto scroll skip. So we're gonna start right here. And we're just gonna climb up. I think I am stuck under somewhere. Sadly, we'll have to wait until my camera catches up. There I am. I knew first. This is why we don't use Mario. How dare you. Alright, there we go. And we can just go up here. Again, quick scammer. Definitely one of the worst auto scroller skips I've done, but we can just do something up here. We just kind of jump here. We are probably a minute off time right now. Like off finish. So after we hit Bowser on his nice little P-block tower, we can just 1, 2, 3 curtains. We're almost done with time. The moment I basically finish grabbing the flagpole, because I am the Cat Mario, what will happen is I will hang on for it for a second, but I will call time when it happens. We got a small little cutscene. Nice. And we saved 5 of the Spritzies, because the other 2 are still captured in World 1 and World 4.
Fantastic run.
Mm-hmm. This has honestly been good. This is a low 140. Should be 140.20 by my guesstimates. We'll have ready. I was looking to split myself. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Time.
And there it is.
And that's Mario.
There it is. Well done.
Thank you. It's been a good run, honestly.
Yeah, I could tell a lot of us enjoyed ourselves, that's for sure.
And, I mean, we get to hear the good old credits, which are one of the best in the game. I mean, this is some of the best stuff that you'll hear. But yeah, this is the run. This has actually been my first marathon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not done a single marathon yet. I'm basically a year and a half into speedrunning. So I wanted this year to be something where I just kind of broaden out more. And doing a marathon was one of the first things on the list.
Fair play.
Yeah.
And you've done it!
Yeah, I've done it.
Bucket list now. Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to say what an amazing run. I want to say thank you for being here at FTLG.
Oh,
We hope you apply again.
mm-hmm. No, it's been nice going. It's a good cause, you know, and it's great to support it.
We've got to do what we can when we can. And yeah, so up next we have Linkermeister playing Gods on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Should have to face the task of looking after a seriously ill child all alone. So we're here. We are Haven House. We know that we can't change a child's diagnosis, but we are here to help make it easier to cope with. So we're here to help our families have a better quality of life and to make the most of the precious time they have together. We're here with round-the-clock care at our hospice.
Hello.
And we're here with help at home too.
So nice to see you, gorgeous boy.
We're here with music therapy, play therapy and physiotherapy.
1 step, 2 steps.
And we're even here with respite care.
It's time to go home.
We're here with specialist nursing for seriously ill children. And we're here with support for siblings with get-togethers, counselling and days out. We are Haven House. And without your support, we wouldn't be here at all. Thank you so much for helping us be there for families going through the toughest of times.
Elder God Overseers. They first came to us preaching religion by demonstrating their awesome power. Over time, their true wicked natures were revealed. They summoned elemental tornadoes that obliterated everyone in their path. Avenge us! Hunt them down. Bring back their precious heads. No need to go looking far. If you cause enough trouble, they will come find you. In the twisted hierarchy of the Elder Gods, the Overseers are just the beginning.